back to my Flash episode review. My thoughts on tonight's episode of Flash, the mid-season finale. And, I gotta say, I really enjoyed this episode. Up front, I gotta say, I was expecting a lot more from a mid-season finale. But as an episode, I really enjoyed it. There's some problems that I had, but overall, again, I really, really enjoyed it overall. It was really more of an emotional episode than it was like a typical action-packed, kind of cliffhanger ending kind of episode that I thought it was gonna be. But overall, I was really satisfied for the most part. To start things off, I'm glad Iris is being included in the main storyline again. It's funny because earlier today I actually recorded a video, giving you guys an insight into my thoughts about why I think fan hate towards Iris is misguided and how the writers need to include her more. And tonight's episode was a step in the right direction. Was she utilized as much as I thought she was going to be? No. Did I like the way she was used? Even though I wish there was more, yes, I did like seeing it was more Iris than we've gotten most of the season. And Candace Patton proves once again she's a great actress. And if you guys have a problem with Iris as a character, then you guys shouldn't be watching my stuff because I'm more I'm more pro Iris than a lot of the Flash fans. But I'm sorry, I'm just kind of at a loss for words. This episode just overall, again, while it wasn't as a mid-season finale, I wasn't 100% satisfied. But again, as an episode, again, I really, really enjoyed it. And just one of the big positives overall was the performance of the actors that were given tonight, and how it was again more of an emotional episode than even I was expecting. And seeing Jesse L. Martin, the actor who plays Joe, this is probably his most vulnerable that we've ever seen him, and seeing Joe at his most vulnerable, when he's just the heartbreaking scene of him finding out that he has a son. And it's funny because as a scene, I was excited for him to finally know that, hey, Wally West is coming, and it's gonna be, Kid Flash on the line and all that stuff. But as a scene, it was heart-wrenching because you could really feel for Joe and you could see the emotion in his face. He's about ready to cry. It was really an emotionally powerful scene that Jesse L. Martin and Candace Patton just overall Barry was kind of stood to the side, but Candace Patton and Jesse L. Martin, they own that scene. That was an amazing scene. And I wish we had more of those scenes between them throughout the episode, but, it was just, there was a lot that was going on in the episode between, Trickster being back, played by Mark Hamill, amazingly yet again. And again, I have a strong feeling we're either going to see him again before the season's over, or, sometime next season, because Mark Hamill, again, I can tell he loves playing this character, and the fans love him seeing as this character, and yeah, he has, a lot of stuff going on, Star Wars, but I think he's an amazing addition to this show, and seeing him yet again. I thought he was going to be utilized a little more in the whole Rogues thing between him and Captain Cold and, and the Weather Wizard. But I thought, again, he's amazing. Mark Martin, okay, the dude from Spartacus, the actor who plays him did a really, really, really good job this time around. I feel like the first couple times we saw him, it was a little more, not 100% portrayed well, and he was a little one-dimensional, but now, this time around, I feel like there was a lot more to the character that there was. Not necessarily depth, but there's more to him that I like, more interesting aspects of his character that I really liked. So, there was that, and I love the reference, and it's nice seeing Jake Garrick back, considering he had the weird stint of, being gone, who knows where in his apartment with the money. I don't even know where he was. I'm not going to go into that again. But seeing Jay back, and even, talking all the Earth 2 references, and the fact that, Wells said, he made the Godfather reference, and Cisco's like, yeah, that's how the Godfather, and he's like, Cisco, every Earth has the Godfather. And I was just like, okay, that was pretty funny. I like that little joke. And let's see, what else do I got here? Sorry, I'm looking at my list of positives. I love the Iris standing up to Snart when he broke into their house. That's funny because I thought it was going to be a three-way fight between Snart, Weather Wizard, and Trickster, but I guess Captain Cold and his relation, because of his complicated relationship with Barry, he's like I'm out, I'm not doing this. I just want to give you a heads up. I'm not going to play hero, but I'm out. I thought that was really cool. It's funny because this is the last time we're going to see Captain Cold before Legends of Tomorrow, so that's really exciting. the Joe and Barry scene was Joe was explaining his fears about, you know, the fact that he wasn't there as a father to Wally, and how just Jesse L. Martin this episode, it was really his episode. I mean, he owned it. His performance, some of the best I've seen of him in the entire show, and his scenes with Barry are always great. I mean, they have some of the best chemistry on screen of any of the characters. And every time there's an emotionally powerful scene, they both just play it off so well and make it so believable that as a viewer, I choke up a bit. I mean, I get into it. I mean, it's believable. The actors do a great job, and something that this show really excels at is the scenes between the two of them. And also at the end, towards the end of the episode, when we see Barry forgiving Wells for what happened, I felt honestly that it was a little out of place, considering he hasn't really been dwelling on it too much this season. It was more in the first episode than it was anything. I mean, yes, I mean he's still dealing with it, but it just felt a little out of place to me. But the scene was powerful nonetheless, and I'm sorry, I just lost my train of thought for a second. But yeah, so again, those are just the big positives for me. And then finally seeing Wally West in the end when he shows up to the Christmas party. I'm really looking forward to seeing this kid around. Of course, Wally West is one of my favorite DC characters. He's my second favorite Flash. I'm really looking forward to the actor's portrayal of him, and I want to see what they're gonna do with the character. Considering he's one of the biggest speedsters in the DC universe, so more than likely he's gonna be getting his powers sometime this season. At least I hope so, because then I feel like it's a bit of a waste. So to get into things that really didn't work for me in this episode. Yet again, I'm seeing more and more Patty has become a useless character. I'm sorry. And I'm getting to the point where just I don't understand why the writers feel the need to introduce this character that they know is temporary. And they're trying to get us attached to her, but to me there's no attachment to her because I never liked the character to begin with. And something with the actress, I like the actress a lot, but it's just they forced her so much on us in this last season, this last number of episodes, that to me it's anytime she's on screen, I'm immediately taken out of it. And even when she shows up to the dinner party, and then Joe's like, "Oh, finally," and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm Barry's girlfriend." He's like, "Finally." It's like, dude, you've been knowing first you're her partner, and you've known that they've been dating for a while. Like, how is that a shock to you? Or I don't know. That took me out of it. And I just feel like she's become a useless character. There's no need for her to be in the show, other than to take Iris off screen and to introduce another love interest. It's just it's a waste of the actress's talent, because I mean she does a good job, but the character is not a great character, not utilized well, and I just feel like overall it's a useless character and a useless storyline that they're trying to force on us, and more than likely Zoom is going to end up killing her sometime in the season. So it was really just that, but overall, again, it was a really, really solid episode. Yes, I was a little disappointed that there wasn't a big cliffhanger ending. I mean, yeah, there was a scene between Wells and Zoom that we find out that Wells ultimately is going to start helping Zoom. But it's like, come on, dude, really? That's the cliffhanging scene that you're going to leave us with? I mean, I can understand that they're not trying to do the same thing every year, but it's like Arrow did it well and Flash did it well last year. When we found out that who we thought was Harrison Wells last year, it was Reverse Flash, and Arrow did it so well with Merlin, and they did well with Slade. And last season when they had Oliver being, well, what happened to him? I mean, I was expecting a little more, but overall, I mean, I like this episode a lot. It was really enjoyable, and it sucks because this is the last Flash episode until next year. So this being my last Flash video, more than likely for the rest of the year. So with that being said, I just want to say, thank you guys for who have been watching my stuff regularly. I really appreciate it, and I hope all of you guys have a great holiday season. I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, have Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, any of those holidays I'm not remembering right now. I'm sorry. But yeah, I just hope everyone has a great holiday season. And until Flash comes back from its winter hiatus, or unless you guys watch my other videos, and if you guys do want to check those videos, I got to plug in my channel here. If you guys do want to see more of me, I'm doing my Arrow episode review tomorrow, and I'm doing my Supergirl review next week, and I'm going to be reviewing Star Wars when that comes out. So I mean, I'll be uploading content in the next few weeks, but it's gonna be few and far between until the shows come back. So that's gonna be it from me, guys. Have a happy holidays, and until next time, have a good one.